Have you ever wondered how many people are involved in a real estate transaction?
Oh, you haven't?
Oh, just me? I do that? Okay, well, that's why this week I've been wondering how many people are really involved in a real estate transaction. So how many do you think? Okay, now I bet the real number is bigger than the number that you just thought of. I'm Natalie Bratton with RE/MAX First. Stick around for this short video where I spell out for you how many people it really takes to close a real estate transaction. Hey everybody, I'm Natalie Bratton with RE/MAX First in Oklahoma City, and this is my channel. I'm your Oklahoma ambassador. I'm here to talk to you about anything you need to know in the real estate market. I'm here to show you lovely properties and neighborhoods and tell you all about living in the Oklahoma City metro area. So if you're considering a move to Oklahoma, then you need to subscribe to my channel and come back each week when I send out a new video for you to watch. Okay, so you've never thought about this, but I've been thinking about it for a few days now, so I decided to share it with you. How many people are involved in getting a real estate transaction from start to finish? The number is going to be surprisingly larger than probably what you think. And if you get it right, well, comment and let me know so that I can tell you you're awesome. Well, of course, we're going to start with the realtors, right? No.
Oh, no.
It's not about me. Let's start with the buyer and the seller. You have to have a person who wants to buy the house. You have to have a person with a house to sell. And for the purposes of this video, we're going to say they're both single. One person, one buyer, one seller. Then let's talk about the realtor. Okay. So let's do the seller side first. The seller side is actually a little bit shorter, but let's go. Okay, seller side. The seller has to get a realtor. Now, a realtor has people working with them to get your home sold and processed. So every realtor works for a broker. My broker, her name is Gigi, and we are the RE/MAX First office. And so every realtor has to be in a brokerage, and we have a broker owner who is over us, helping us not screw up, helping us not get in trouble, and training us and supporting us along the way. In that office, we also have administrative people who help look at the documents, process everything, make sure we're in compliance so nobody gets in trouble. Have you noticed there's a theme? Nobody wants to get in trouble. Many realtors have a transaction coordinator or an assistant, and that person is there to help coordinate the appointments and do all the documents. Okay, so that's the seller's realtor. And then with that, we have a marketing department. We're going to have a photographer, and we may have a separate videographer, or we may have a separate video editor. You also need repair contractors to do maybe any last minute painting or decorating, or after the inspections, you may need a plumber or an electrician or handyman to help get your home inspection repairs done. Okay, so that's quite a list already, and we just put the house on the market just for all that. Okay, the buyer and the seller here in Oklahoma generally share the title company. Some of you out there, you'll do one over here and one over there. Here in Oklahoma, usually we just share and go to the same title company. So with the title company, the person you're going to see face to face, who's there when you sign your documents, that's your escrow closer. But the escrow closer also has a processor, and they probably have administrative people in the office that are there to answer the phone and help do some of the basic paperwork. You're going to have a abstractor. That person, that job is rough. Those people, they sit and they study the abstract of your property in a room and make sure there's nothing wrong with it, that there's no surprises or no mistakes. And so you have an abstractor. Then they are going to hire the person to go out and do the survey. So you have a surveyor that's going to go look at the property. And we have the title insurance underwriter that sets up the title insurance policy. And then there are attorneys who look over all the details before you close and make sure that everything's in compliance. And then at the very end, somebody's going to send the deed to the courthouse for it to be filed. So the title company actually has a lot going on. And that's not even everybody, because that's assuming that everything was simple and easy. Well, what if there's clouds on the title, or there's disputes about the title? Well, then there's curative departments, and there's other attorneys, and there's all kinds of people in the background just waiting to solve problems. That's their thing. So that's the title company. So that's the end of the seller's side. Here we go, buyer's side. Well, the buyer generally has their own realtor. They don't have to. We could share, and I could have both sides of the transaction. But most people want to have their own team working for them. So most buyers come with their own realtor. And as we already talked about, a realtor may have a broker, they may have administrative help, and a transaction coordinator. So they bring that to the table. If they're not paying cash for the home, the buyer is going to have a lender. And with that lender comes the loan originator. That's the person you're going to talk to the most. They're the one you call who helps you figure out what kind of loan you're going to do. But behind Chad Bratton, the loan officer, there's the processor, and there's an underwriter, and there's a closing department. And don't forget that there has to be an appraisal. So you have the appraiser. And then next, you're going to have termite inspector and a general inspector. And depending on the property you're buying, you may have other inspections besides those two, but you're definitely having those two. And let's not forget, you can't buy a house without home insurance. So you have to find a home insurance agent, and most likely they have an administrative person processing that. So how many people altogether are in this transaction? The answer is 30. 30 people. Now, if we take a couple of the little extras out, you're looking at 25. So there's 25 to 30 people involved in every real estate transaction, whether you knew they were there or not. 30 people are helping you buy or sell your next home. So there you go. Tonight at dinner, you can look across the table at your family and say,
you know, when we bought this house, that it took 30 people to get this done.
Or,
you know, when we sell this house here in the next year, we're going to have 30 people working for us.
Nice.
That's pretty impressive, right? Come back next week and I will either show you a gorgeous neighborhood or a park or a really cool place to eat in town. We'll do something way more fun than talking about transactions. And if you are planning to move to Oklahoma City, or you're planning to sell your home in Oklahoma City, it's time to have a chat. Let's get the planning going. Let's get the ball rolling for you. Give me a call or message me at oklahomahomeseller.com.